been involved with the NFL since I started at the Jets, which was a 2004, right? So the Jets and then to the Dolphins. I remember early days of the Jets. I was overseeing the business, right? And I really wanted to be able to do branded lotto tickets, right? But that was considered like a societal ill. And so I wasn't able to do it branded. I did a whole PowerPoint for the league about how it, actually, if you ask people, did a study, they would say that, hamburgers are just as bad as lotto, like that there's no reason why we can't do this. When it was eventually permitted, I did a deal in Florida. My only point being, here we are, a decade later, and now sports gambling has obviously hit the tipping point. So I think it's really interesting. I am an investor in a company called Action Network. I don't know if you heard about it, but it creates great content and data around sports gambling. Darren Ravel, by the way, if you don't follow Darren Ravel out there, I think he's one of the smartest people out there on consumer trends, but sports betting in particular. He's at Action Network, so he's where I get my perspective. But if you look at it from a total addressable market, talking about $30 billion at maturity, which will probably be reached by 2025, 2026. So I think it's obviously here to stay. One thing that I'm working on is I'm one of the first investors in the Drone Racing League. So we've now become licensed in New Jersey. We're working on getting licensed, in different states around the country. So probably my biggest lament is that I had FanDuel sitting in my office, got to be 6 years ago. And I was like, I think this is going to work, but it's kind of in the gray area. And I had to pass. I like to admit all my bad passes, by the way, all within this 30-minute segment. So, obviously huge market, some interesting ETFs out there. I think one BETZ, I'm not an investor, but interesting. But anyway, I think we're still maybe a quarter of the way through the evolution of the space.
Awesome.